going on, y'all? It's your boy Phil back with another video. Today, we do something a little different. Um, I don't know if y'all know, but I am a huge wrestling fan. I've been watching wrestling since I can remember. Back when it used to come on, like on Saturdays only, and then it progressed, and I probably watched damn near every promotion. So it's WrestleMania season. WrestleMania is this weekend. So I just want to go over some shirts that I really like, and go over some superstars I really love. Now, to first start off, like, comment, subscribe, and also I'm trying to think. My top 5 wrestlers of all time. My favorite is Shawn Michaels, our break kid. I've been watching him since I was young. Pause if you have to. And then The Rock, and then Stone Cold. So the Hardy Boys was on my list, but if you take the tag team out, Jeff Hardy my favorite one. But then these next two wrestlers, y'all probably going to not like me saying this, but this is my list. I don't care about, that's your opinion. So Shawn Michaels, number 1. The Rock, number 2. Stone Cold, number 3. Batista is number 4. Like, I was watching him ever since he was in Evolution. And then number 5 is the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. And I liked him before he became the Tribal Chief. The ones where y'all hated him. So I liked him when he was in the Shield. Then I liked him after the Shield when, people couldn't stand him. And then, I like Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. So, a couple of shirts I'm going to go over. Now, some of these are already in war, so they probably a little, I wouldn't say dirty. These, I don't know. I'm wearing them, and then I'm going to one. Bleeding Ones. This is back when, the bloodline thing was going on. I still wear this shirt to this day. This shirt was just fire. And then I even like the fact that the number 1 in the back of it with their Samoan tattoos. I like that. It's something different. That's another thing. Like, sometimes the wrestling shirts hit or miss. I need to get my hands on a couple of AEW shirts. I haven't got my hands on some. I had opportunities to get them. I just didn't pull the trigger. Again, my favorite tag team of all time is the Hardy Boys. And I remember getting this shirt a while ago. And I really like this shirt because of the graphic in the back. And, I was always Team Extreme. Like, my favorite lady wrestler is Lita. So I was always, with them. Not with them, but I was always rooting for them. NWO. And this one is the Wolfpack. I really like the red and black Wolfpack. Like, Kevin Nash, Sting, Conan, Lex, even when they had Macho Man. And this one I knew WCW was going under. They added Disco Inferno and part of the Wolfpack. I'm like, oh, this is ass. But yeah, I had to get a Wolfpack shirt. I wish I had the red one with the wolf on it. Do I have that one? I think I do. It's just not at this house. I got a whole bunch of. I'm not gonna go over every wrestling shirt because if I do, we'll be here for hours. And I don't try to make these videos a little too long. And this is one of the shirts where. This is when Roman Reigns had came back during the COVID. And this is when there was no fans, right? So when he came back, I'm like, I'm still going to root for him. But I know everybody going to be like, same old Roman. But he came back on a mission. But this is still early of Roman that y'all didn't like. My next shirt is one of the best wrestlers of all time. Listen, if you say he is the best wrestler of all time, I wouldn't even argue with you. And this shirt was just so iconic due to the fact that he said this at King of the Ring, the Austin 316 thing. And then, I don't know, I just love that character. And then the graphic on the back with the skull. Shout out to my cousin. My cousin always say I like stuff with skulls on it. And I didn't even notice it until I started looking at, things in my wardrobe. Or different items. But NWO shirt. And you know what's funny about this shirt? This one with the Outsiders, yeah. They were one of my favorite tag teams too. This shirt, I laugh at this shirt because I never forget when COVID came around and one of my jobs, we were still going to work, right? And when we was going to work, I used to lay my, well, I still do. So if I have stuff already that I know I'm gonna do, I had my outfits out, right? So that way I can just wake up in the morning, take a shower, get dressed, and get out the house. So this was the last shirt I had out to go to work. And the day that I went to work, which surprised everybody that I was working for at that time, they said that um, we're closing, we're going home. Y'all gonna work from home. And it was so hilarious because that job, that job, we didn't go back to work for a while. And I used to have like a bin. It was like a little bin where I put my clothes and stuff on. And this shirt something there maybe for about a couple of years. I don't know why. I just never picked the shirt up and wore it. I don't know, but it looked worn. I might have wore this though. I might have wore this, but that shirt always had me laughing. Now, this is a shirt I can't wait to wear. I haven't decided when to wear it yet, but of course this is Austin 316. I like the little, like the blood effect. But if y'all don't know, this is when Stone Cold and Bret Hart wrestled, and what's the I Quit match? I don't know if it's an I Quit match or a submission match, but he didn't quit, and he just bled out and passed out. This is an iconic moment. What's the shirt say? Oh yeah, there's Bloodstone front. Yep, the Attitude Era. And I know I'm gonna sound like an old head, but the Attitude Era is the best era in wrestling. Let's not, because before then wrestling was going under. I wouldn't say it was going under. I know when WCW came, they were doing more realistic things. Like they were going live. They had like realistic storylines in WWF, which is WWE now. They were still doing like Doink the Clown. They had a guy called, I think, the Trashman, and Kane wasn't Kane yet. He still was Dr. Isaac Yankem. So you know, I know a lot of the wrestling fans didn't watch WCW back then. You know, they were strictly WWF. But when I look at this, I'm like, it's a little bit better. It's a little bit better at the moment. But then WCW just got ridiculous. Like I said, I have multiple more wrestling shirts. I don't want to show y'all like most of them, because even at this crib I have right here that I'm currently shooting this video in. Yeah, it's just too many. But yeah, I just have too many. I don't want to go down that line. I will show y'all this shirt though. I'm messing up my pile. So this is when the Attitude Era really like. This is when I knew WWF was going to win. When this WrestleMania happened. Now, remind you, this is Shawn Michaels versus Stone Cold, two of my favorite wrestlers of all time. This happened in Boston, and this is WrestleMania 14. Yeah, WrestleMania 14. Shawn Michaels had messed his back up wrestling The Undertaker, I think, in a casket match. I think The Undertaker threw him over the ring, and he fell over the rope and hit his lower back on the casket. And, you know, messed his back up. Dad, this was March 29th, 1998. This is not when the shirt came, but this is when this event happened. And I can look on Shawn Michaels' face that he was injured, because every time he wrestled, like he's wincing, but he's not wincing like selling. He's wincing like, no, this shit really hurts. And I give respect to Shawn Michaels, because even though he was going through all that, he still, I think in his heart to heart, he didn't want to do Stone Cold wrong, because you can tell when it was Stone Cold time. You can tell when there's another wrestler's time. This is why I don't respect Hulk Hogan no more, because when I go back and look at wrestling history, Hulk Hogan should have been, like, not even pass the torch. He should have let, not politics so much in the back to keep the title on him. Like, I was happy that Macho Man won it. Even though I wasn't watching wrestling then, I was happy when I go back to history that Macho Man got the title. I think Warrior got the title, but Warrior sucked. He was ass. His finisher has to be one of the worst finishers in the world. Hulk Hogan's is too. It's not that it's Ultimate Warrior got the worst finisher, but I don't. The older the older wrestlers regular moves are finishing moves. So like Hulk Hogan's leg drop, Macho Man Randy Savage elbow drop, Jake the Snake Roberts DDT. Like it's just funny how that. Even Shawn Michaels, my favorite wrestler of all time, he's really just giving you a super kick. I don't know, just like I think that he spiced it up anyway. Back to this event. So when this happened, when they brought in Mike Tyson, I said, "Oh, this is a big deal," because I'm watching in real time, and I'm like, "Oh, WCW don't have nothing for this." So after this goes on, Shawn Michaels lost, Stone Cold won. It was the Austin era, right? Which was great. Like I said, he's one of the best wrestlers of all time. But then I'm laughing at WCW because when WCW tried to counter with that, they brought in athletes, but not nobody like Mike Tyson. They brought in Dennis Rodman, Karl Malone. Hilarious because the thing with WWF at the time, Vince McMahon had a vision. I think what Eric Bischoff did with WCW, he was like front forward thinking, but then he started like trying to do stuff that WWE did, but at a lower, it was watered down. So like I said, Mike Tyson came in, and Mike Tyson didn't wrestle nothing like that. He was just like an extra official outside the ring. They brought in Dennis Rodman to join the NWO. Then they brought Karl Malone to team up with DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, and they had them wrestling ass. And then WCW, you can tell like they were just throwing anything and hopefully a stick. They brought in Jay Leno. They brought in David Arquette. And at the time, they had a movie called Ready to Rumble, which is a terrible wrestling movie. They had him win the title. I can deal with WWE having Vince McMahon win the title. Because the difference with Vince McMahon, there was a reason behind it. He hated Stone Cold, so even if he had to win the title, he won. Like, even when he won the Royal Rumble, it was ass. But it was good for the story. There was no reason for David Arquette to win the title. Not only he won the title, he was a baby face, and then he became heel. That shit was just dumb. It started getting on my nerves. WCW was starting getting on my nerves, so I would watch it because it was like the only thing on. And at the end of the day, wrestling is just, to me, it's like a male soap opera. You still got to be an athlete to do it because can't no random person just do it. You need training, or you could kill yourself. I remember when I was younger, I heard a story of a little kid, I think, killed his sister or his cousin because he did a wrestling move on her. And again, I feel bad because I've done I've imitated a lot of the moves that I've saw in wrestling to my friends, to females, all types of stuff. And the only person I ever injured was this girl around my way, but she was just so nasty. And I think she swung on me. And my father always told me don't hit a girl, but he never didn't say do a wrestling move on her. So I think I put her in the Boston Crab, and I think I broke her leg or something like that, and she had to be on crutches, but she left me alone after that. But yeah, y'all, that was just some of the shirts I wanted to go over. What I would say to you about the wrestling shirts, and I know this video not supposed to be that long, but talk with me. I remember watching wrestling, in the 90s and early 2000s. I thought these wrestling shirts cost an arm and a leg. Then when I go back and look at the commercials and see how much they cost, they were only $19.99. I probably should have asked my mother, because I know she would have busted her ass to try to make it happen for me. I probably should have asked for wrestling shirts. Because when I tell you, me and my friends used to be outside and go in the house because of wrestling. And like we wouldn't go to each other's house. We would literally go in the house, our own house, and watch wrestling. Hilarious. And then we wasn't buying pay-per-views back then. Cause your parents ain't buying no random pay-per-view for y'all to know the results like the next night. So that's another reason why we couldn't wait till Raw come on. To find out what happened at the pay-per-view, because we didn't know. Like and there was nobody I ever went to school with knew the results of the show. So wrestling used to be so much fun. I'm not saying it's not fun now. I mean, WWE is ass now because of. I'm not gonna say because of Vince McMahon is not a part of it, but the people that are part of it don't understand the audience. And I'm only talking to the wrestling fans and people. Like Pat McAfee is part of a storyline that he shouldn't even be a part of. I don't even care that he's a part of a storyline. It shouldn't be with Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. That story tells itself. Part of legacy. They both had Hall of Fame dads. It sells itself. But when you get people into an industry that they don't know shit about and only do is run about the money, it's terrible. Like I would never go to WrestleMania because I don't feel like paying. I don't feel like as people we should be charging that much to go to a show. I love football. I got the Ravens tab on me. I got massive NFL. Love football. I will watch the worst. I will watch Cleveland. Okay, because I love football. But I will never go to a Super Bowl. I'm not paying that much for that, y'all. That's ridiculous, y'all. Them tickets are astronomical for no reason. And the same thing with WrestleMania. And I don't know, it's just I could talk to y'all for hours about wrestling because I have so many thoughts and opinions of it, but I'm gonna get y'all out of here because this video been going on long enough. But today I got on what's this, LA Dodger hat, and these are called the A-frame hat. And I don't know if this was skating and all that, but I like how this hat look. I got a Faith Over Fear shirt, khaki colored jacket, some khaki colored joggers, and some classics that I wish the black version came out. The white great 5s. But I'm your boy Phil. Again, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all next video. Enjoy WrestleMania. I'm out.